loser. If I was so loser, I wouldn't be here. You're a fucking so loser. Funny. He was giving me attitude.
How you go feel? So when I want there, I to say because now my guy to put get the power for her. Me vex. I don't tell you see me no vex.
I feel like I'm boring because my own life to me, I'm tired.
Aside the fight that happened between Mensa and K-Bobo, there were multiple other fights that happened on Tuesday nights. We have the one between Ivatar and Otega. We have the one that happened between Rooboy and the head of house. Then there was some meltdown here and there. But let's start with Otega and Ivatar. So earlier on in the day, Otega and Ivatar had an issue whereby Ivatar wanted a particular role in their wager task, and Otega, being the one that have been in charge, if you've been paying attention, he has been bringing his A game together with other housemates. But when I say in charge, he has been handling that wager task as if he's the HOH. And he was even the one issuing rule. You tell him, this is what I want to do. He will check if you will do it or not. So Ivatar, who was in the kitchen, missed when an important conversation of the whole task was done. And then when Ivatar came and he said Ivatar will be doing a voiceover, more like a narrator. And Ivatar was like, why should I do this role? See, I have credentials in media. I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. And in fact, the way they made it look at like it's an Ivatar problem, like she has a problem. She's beginning to cause disputes in the house, and they were like, no, this is not how you're done. There is already a rule, blah 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 blah. But after everything, although there was back and forth and exchange of word as well, but after everything, Ivatar said, okay, I will take the role you want to give to me. Okay. Ivatar herself noticed that Otega has been giving her some kind of weird vibe, and she said, okay, you know what, I'm going to apologize. So after their welcome dinner, she now went to Otega to apologize, only for Otega to tell her to F off, that she's a loser. And Ivatar was like, from where to where? Why are you telling me I'm a loser? If there is anyone who is a loser here, not me. If I was a loser, Big Brother wouldn't have selected me or picked me to be in this house. So I'm not a loser. And she got emotional immediately, and Otega wasn't like, oh, do you need tissue paper? Do you want to cry? You can cry, let me get you tissue paper so you can cry. Anyways, Ivatar didn't find it funny either. She started insulting Otega, telling him, look at you here sitting down acting like the head of house. Even the briefing I missed, was I not in the kitchen trying to cook for the rest of the housemates? That this is just them being unfair to her. This is Otega being unfair to her. And the funniest thing is that other people were at that table, but they didn't even bother trying to calm her down or try to talk to Otega, because Ibifubara was there. Doris was there. They were just acting nonchalant. It was now Merson who came into the picture, trying to calm her down. Ivatar was not even calming down. She kept telling Mensa, leave me alone. When you were shouting with Cable, but did I come there to tell you to calm down? When Otega was shouting at other people, did I tell anybody to calm down? Why can't you allow me to shout? Imagine him telling me, should he get a tissue paper for me? Meaning what? Why should I cry for him? Anyways, after that, we had between Rooboy and Jason Jae, that is the head of house. While in their welcome dinner, Big Brother instructed that the housemates play the prop game, whereby you pick a prop and you go ahead to give it to whoever you think matches that prop, okay? And along the line, while it was going on, all of a sudden the head of house started rushing the housemates. Like he could say, oh, you be fast, summarize whatever you want to explain or whatever you want to tell the person. And initially, okay, like prior to this whole fight, when I was watching, I thought maybe Big Brother gave them duration of time to work with, because he kept on rushing them. He'd be like, okay, just go straight to the statement, who are you picking, who are you giving to? But then it was after the show, they now came back into the lounge that I discovered what happened. So apparently the head of house was pressed, okay? And in order for them to round up, so he would just move in and go release his bladder, he decided to start rushing the housemates. Now, when they came out, He now told Rooboy that, see, you you took all the time, that is because of you he had to rush the rest of the housemates. You know, if you notice, Rooboy received the highest number of accolade and prop. Okay, so I don't even know where this is coming from, whether it's coming from a genuine heart of, oh, you know, people kept saying good things about you and we spent a lot of time, or is it coming from a place of jealousy, like, oh, why are these people giving you accolade, you know? But he made it look like Rude Boy was the reason why that show lasted for that duration. Rude Boy decided to explain to JJ that, no, when I picked a prop, I was very fast. When I picked Telma, I went straight to Telma. I didn't even say much. Usually, my kind of person, you know, my kind of person, I could have spent lots of time, you know, talking, and we all know how Rooboy is when it comes to talking. He's even a hype man. So, and he was like, I went straight. I just told Thelma, this, that I didn't go beating around, wasting time. Or maybe you want to come from the angle of the housemates when they were giving their speech. But JJ kept on saying that it was him when he wants to, you know, give a housemate. And it was just the one time, which is when he picked and gave Thelma. The rest of the time, it were other housemates giving him props. And why he was still trying to explain, only for JJ to say, I beg, F off, you are a crazy person. And everybody was like, from where to where? That this is so much familiarity. Is when you make yourself so available and accessible, people will take you for granted. But then culture was like, no, calm down. Don't take it that way. That, you know, the only reason why JJ, that's Jason Jae, can talk to you in that way is because you are his friend. That on a normal, if it is another housemate, he won't say it this way. He won't say, oh, F off. Do you get? That he will say it another way, in another way. Rude Boy not only got mad at the HH, he also got mad at culture for trying to hold him back from, you know, getting angry, asking him, why are you holding me back? Can't I be angry again? Why can't I react to what was said to me? Why will he call me a crazy person? You know, he went around explaining to the housemates. He even got angrier, more angry, when he met Bright Morgan. And Bright Morgan now told him that when he actually got pressed, that he went to meet the HOH saying, oh, I'm going to take permission from Big Brother because the dinner party didn't seem like Big Brother was in charge. Not like his task going on in the arena where you say, oh, Big Brother, excuse me, I want to go and ease myself, you know. But then that the head of house ignored him. Even while his bladder was full, he totally ignored him. That he's surprised hearing this from HOH saying, oh, you are the cause of all this. You made me, I was feeling uncomfortable. You know, I was pressed, but due to you, I was telling you round hasting your speech, but you didn't even listen. Anyways, Rude Boy say moving on, he will learn how to keep on his own. Besides, he came in here to play the game. He doesn't know anybody. That moving on, he's now playing the game. Nobody should say, oh, this is not how you were before, this or that, you were my friend previously. Then moving on, it will be strictly on the game. Rude Boy being an extrovert, I can't wait to see how he's going to do that. You know, stay on his own, keep to himself. I need to be very difficult for him. Meanwhile, speaking of keeping to yourself, Tracy came to Otega this evening crying that she's beginning to feel lonely in the house, that she noticed that nobody brings gist to her, nobody brings conversation to her, you know. She's always the one making efforts. She's always the one going to meet people. She's always the one going to meet a group. And even when she gets there, if she doesn't talk, they don't bother to, you know, involve her in their conversation. She said she's beginning to feel lonely. She's beginning to feel worn out. That even with her few friends, she notices they do not come to her. She's always the one making the move. Tracy also told Otega that she's even struggling to come up with something for the wager task because she doesn't have any unique thing about herself. That while other housemates have stories, she seems to have none. She have searched, she have checked, in fact that she's beginning to panic. Well, at that point, Otega reached out for Tracy's hands and held her, you know, encouraging her, no, that you shouldn't even feel that way, that he as well blamed himself because the both of them are friends, but lately he has not been coming to you for one or two gist and all that, although the HOH task contributed to him being busy and other, but he's apologizing that moving on, he'll be checking up on you, he'll be coming so that you people will discuss. And don't even say you feel of no value, because Tracy said that currently she's feeling she doesn't have any value in the house because she cannot even contribute to task to the ongoing wager task. Nobody's coming to her unless she goes to them, so it's making her feel a kind of way. She's beginning to see no reason why she's there. She does not have value. She said almost everybody in the house is creative. She's watching them do things, bring out ideas, yet she's struggling to even have a story of her own, write something unique about her own self, talk more of maybe the housemates. At this point, I just felt like going in there and giving her a hug. I feel she's being too hard on herself. Like, come on, it's day 3, more tasks will come. You will definitely find don't worry, relax. You will definitely find where you are very good at, and don't mind the housemates that are beginning to make friends. Some of those friendships won't last. As time evolves, people might even come to you before you know it. You have your own alignment, or you will crawl towards people. But anyways, see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.